Let's move on to the field now for race number 2. We touched the all-weather for the first time in race 2, 1650 Class 4, and the lineup is headed by one of the old-timers in the field, which is Good Fit, the 9-year-old Start 57, Gate 1. Karis Teeton's won 4 times on this horse. Khaki goes in fresh. Enfolding and Dealmaker have got good form on the surface. Razor Quest's another old greybeard. Hey Run. Has he won one yet? Oh, yes, he has. He had 1 win last season from 30-odd starts. Bring It On. Good Runner's Way, of course, backing up for a win on opening day in the opening race, and Enjoyable Success. Now, Chunfar Workers, Enfolding, and Bring It On. Speed map. Tom, here.
Yeah, having a look at this. Dealmaker, he was able to race forward and win last start. Chad Schofield for Jimmy Ting. I think they'll make a pretty good combination through the course of the year. You've got Bring It On there. Good Runner's Way was the last start winner. He sat just off the pace and was able to win. Interesting, Khaki coming into this fresh over the 1,650 metres. That might allow him to get into a nice forward position on the rail from Gate 3.
Here he is, Khaki as well. He's put on a bit of weight in the off-season. He put 16 pounds on, and he did win his one race at Happy Valley. Here's one fresh before, though, and he does stretch out nicely enough here.
I saw Tony Millard Wednesday night. He looked like he put a few pounds on too in the off-season.
You can tell him that.
I just did.
Here is Bring It On. He moves nicely here as well. Ben so aboard for this work, and he'll ride him race day. Another one he can go forward. He's got a little tricky gate there, barrier 9 for him. And the next one is Enjoyable Success. Looks a bit warm, but he does get a bit warm in the morning, the son of Frankel. The blinkers will come off him. Michael Chang and Alex Lai, they'll team up. It works okay.
I'm sure if he's watching Uncle Tony, he'll tell me the same, no doubt about that. Let's start with Dealmaker. You touched on that performance, Tom, in the speed map. Last season, it was very impressive. He'd been suggesting the all-weather was going to be the track where he might win, and that was the case, and he did it in style. On
this run, it's hard to believe it took him 12 runs to get a win on the board, because he was able to sprint sharply in the straight, and he, in the end, won by over 2.5 lengths. He's had a quiet barrier trial coming into this. He wasn't pressured. He ran 7th in that trial, but had to love the way he won there, Paul.
Yeah, it was good, and his rival in this race, he beat Enfolding there, and he's a rival once again. So, look, I think they've both got good chances, and Dealmaker was progressively getting better towards the back end of last season. He won, and I think he's got an opportunity to go on with it.
Well, they're going to go in first up. Good Runner's Way went in first up in race 1 of the season and got the cash. It is his first go on the all-weather surface, so it's a change here, change of rider as well. Dylan Moe goes on, but he will take a claim.
Yeah, and he did win this race nice enough, didn't he? This was his first win in Hong Kong. It's interesting now that he's gone on to the all-weather, though. I'm not too sure about it for him, so I just thought I'd wait.
He's by Battle Pain out of a postponed mare, so there's American pedigree on both sides.
Yep. There is, and he's always trialled okay on the surface. He's no world beater. He just clung on this occasion to beat Regency Gem, who goes round on the card. I'm going to just be a spectator this time.
Not in at all?
Not in.
All right. What about you? Did you find a spot for him at all, Paul?
No, I didn't in the end, actually.
I think you're a khaki man, I reckon. I know you've always had a bit of, like John Moore, touch of the khaki in you. Let's go on to khaki now. Here he is. He showed his track work. He does go in fresh. No trial from Tony Millard.
No, and he's put the 16 pounds on, so I'm happy to watch him in this race.
Are you going to let him go?
Yeah, I haven't got him in at all. Khaki. I thought after this run they'll probably take him to the Valley, so I'd be more interested in the Valley.
It's worth noting, isn't it? 4 starts on the surface and never been placed.
Yeah, that put me off a bit.
I'm going to throw him at the back end. First up 1650 might be a little bit of a test, but if he can see it out, he might be one to spice up the multiples at 21 and 2.7.
Well, again, it is a sort of, it's only a 9-runner field, so it might be one of those tactical battles. I haven't got him in either, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did feature. Once you shuffled them around, Paul, was it Enfolding, Dealmaker, the 2 that you settled on?
I've got them both in there. I've got Haymaker in between, because I think this is his go, 1650 on the dirt. I know he did win over 1800 on a wet slow, but he's a horse that always sucks you in, Hay Run, because he runs good races. He's only won the 1 from all his starts, but with a small field, I think it'll suit him. And saying that, I've only got him in there for 2nd, behind Dealmaker. I think Dealmaker's the most progressive horse. At 1.3 at the moment, because it was a big bet win on him early. He'll drift out. So 4 to beat 6, 3 Enfolding, who's put on a bit of weight in the off-season as well. And one of Tom's old favourites there, Good Fit in there for 4th. 4, 6, 3, 1.
He is one of my old favourites, Good Fit, and I'm going to throw him in for a second. But on top for me is Dealmaker. I think he's the toughest to beat on that last start performance, winning by 2 3/4. He's carrying 10 pounds more here with Chad Schofield. Good draw. I think he can win. Good Fit goes in. He's got a good fresh record. He's been able to win in the past. Barrier trial was nice enough from him. In Folding and Car Key 4-1, 3 2. On Hay Run, it can be a bit funny sometimes that he's a real enigma in the barriers.
Oh, yeah, he's an enigma right throughout, I think it's fair to say.
No,
he's not easy to catch, but he is capable of bobbing up, particularly off the back of a strong pace. All right, that's the first two done and dusted here on Racing to Win. A lot of the races at Sha Tin Sunday named after birds. When we come back, we'll look at the Magpie and the Shrike Handicap.